Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mortuary. I am the Mortician. So I just got done listening to Waking the Cadavers' third album, Real Life Death. This is probably going to be really anticlimactic. To be completely honest with you, does this album suck? Yeah, it really does. But I don't have as much to say about it. The problem is that there's nothing to fucking say because it's so fucking boring. It's like the most cookie cutter fucking slam and the most cookie cutter fucking deathcore got together and made the most retarded cookie cutter child. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to say, honestly. Like, there's nothing tremendously bad. Like, it's not like the first two records where it was just, whoa, this is like a whole nother level of terrible. It's not like that at all. This is like, it's like they were this close to doing something halfway decent, but they just couldn't. Because they just stuck to, like, the Waking the Cadaver tropes. They fixed some things from the last two albums. First, the vocals, I think, are better than the last two albums, in my opinion. They still have, the constipated deathcore grunt shit. And they have some pretty competent-ish pig squeals and whatnot. It's like, vocally, it's a lot better, I think. It's probably Don, I think, is the lead, the vocalist of this band. I think this is probably his best performance, but that's not really saying much when the other two were just fucking horrendous. The guitar tone at first, I thought I really liked the mix. It was punchy, it had a nice bottom end, but it didn't get lost until he started doing breakdowns and stuff. I don't know if they had, like, I think it's the way they mixed it. So, when this album first comes on, it sounds okay. It just kind of like jumps right into the music. So you're kind of taken almost by surprise when you hear it. And that's fine. It's an extreme metal or an extreme metal release. So that's typically how this shit goes. But it fooled me for a second, thinking that the guitar tone was going to be pretty good and cut through the mix and sound proper, but when this guy was doing like tremolo picks, it was so faint in the background that I really couldn't hear what the fuck he was doing. I don't know what it is about mixing guitars, but this band just, I don't know if it's the recording studios they go to or if they mix them themselves. They don't know what the fuck they're doing when they mix instruments. The drums sound okay. I'll have to give them credit. Nothing goes out of time on this record. If we go back to the first review, I brought up how they actually do get desynced, and even in the second album, they kind of do get desynced every once in a while. Throughout this album, they do keep time way better. Everything fits where it's supposed to. There's no desyncing problems. It's okay. But there's nothing to jump out about. It's the same kind of breakdowns and riffs that we've heard for two albums now already, but they're mixed. The guitars are mixed differently, and even the breakdowns and the slams, they're just so fucking generic. Like, there's nothing about this album that even screams competency. It screams like mediocrity. Like, there's almost nothing worth actually critiquing because there's no risks. There's no real go get 'em attitude with this album. It's just really fucking bland. And that's pretty much all I can really say about it. It was worse to listen to than the first two albums because of its blandness, honestly. Because at least, like I said before, the first two albums were at least funny to listen to. I wouldn't listen to them again because I still think they're fucking garbage. But at least upon first listen, I laughed at both of them. This, I don't have anything. It's blech. So I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to give it a score because, like, paradoxically, it's worse than the other two because it doesn't really do anything. It's kind of a pointless addition to the genre. It's stuff that you've heard a million bazillion times in both deathcore and slam. So it's like, I'd have to rate it even lower than the other two. It would only make sense, but I don't know. I'm so fucking conflicted because it's so fucking cookie cutter. I mean, I guess I'll have to give it a 5 just because it is so fucking generic. But that's just a starting score. So let's say I dock some points because the guitar is so, like, it's mixed so poorly. So let's say it's a 4. But honestly, it's a 4 that I have to give it, not because it's better than the other two. It's just because it's so middling. It doesn't do anything. It's bland, it's pointless, and, you know, I'm so glad I'm just done with these albums. Because that means I can move on to any other metal albums that I want. And of course, because of, you know, this, I think I'm going to keep, reviewing bad albums. Because I feel like a lot of bad albums deserve one listen. You know what I mean? And a fair shot. And I gave these 3 albums their fair shot. Now, is it worth running through the Waking the Cadaver discography? Up to a point. I say you should at least listen to one song on the first album. Just pick one at random, not the interlude, the first song. Just pick one song and just listen to it. And just be done with it. Because, like I said, the first album was just hilarious to me because of how piss poor it was. Nothing else is worth engaging in. So, that's it. Just like closing the book on the Waking the Cadaver discography until they drop another turd of an album. But I'm going to say this. If they do decide to drop another album, I'm not hoping it's bad. Because I don't want more fucking bad music. If Waking the Cadaver comes out with an album, I'm going to listen to it. Not because I like the band, not because I love slamming deathcore, but because it deserves a fair shake. Because it seems like, at least with this album, the newest one that we just reviewed, it showed that maybe they're smartening up. So, thank you guys for watching. Waking the Cadaver's done. What do you guys think about Waking the Cadaver? Do you like their entire discography? Do you like the first 2 albums? Do you like only one of their albums? Please tell me in the comment section below. Of course, like and subscribe. Mortician, peace out.